What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Path of the Network Marketer. It is day 25. Day 25. All right. So, I forgot this yesterday, but if you're brand new, welcome to the show. Thanks for checking us out. I appreciate you, tuning in. I want to let you know that we do have a new episode every day. So make sure you follow or subscribe, whatever happens to be on the particular app that you're listening on. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on Facebook, hit the follow button. And of course, to my existing listeners, welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for continuing to support the show. In today's episode, I again just kind of want to build on the conversation of what we talked about yesterday and being willing to jump into the things you're uncomfortable with. One of the things that I've heard a lot over the years is that, well, you can do that, Ronnie, but I can't. You can do that because you're already a top earner in the company. You're already an established leader in network marketing. You have the years under your belt, and you have the experience under your belt, et cetera, et cetera. It's a bunch of excuses, but you can do it, but I can't. Right. And I get that. Like, certainly from experience and from knowledge base and from my, 16 plus years in this profession, I do have a level of proficiency and expertise that, the brand new person doesn't have. Even the person that's been in for 5-6 years doesn't have the perspective necessarily. But that doesn't preclude you from being able to do things that you're not yet used to doing. right I think the hesitation is that just because you haven't yet, you can't. Right. I think that's kind of where that mindset comes from. And again, as I talked about yesterday, especially if we're just talking about doing video and audio for the internet, just because you haven't doesn't mean you can't. Right. At one point in my career, I had to do my first video. I had to do my first audio. I had to speak for the first time on stage. There's always a first time for everything, and doing those first times was not precluded by my not having done those things yet. Right. So yeah, don't use that excuse for anything, especially for online marketing and for social media marketing. One of the best pieces of advice that I heard from it was actually from Russell Brunson that I heard this from. He was talking about that guy, that movie that it was Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Catch Me If You Can. The character, the individual that's based on, I can't remember his name, Abagnale or something like that. It's been quite some years since I've watched that movie, but I did remember the main story was that this kid had kind of just conned his way into making people believe that he was either like a doctor or a professor or whatever it happened to be at any given moment. Like he was perpetrating all these different personas and characters, and he was getting away with it. And in an interview, I think is what Russell Brunson was saying, this individual, the real individual, not Leonardo DiCaprio, the real individual that the character was based off, all he said was, like, for instance, how he was asked, how did you teach this college course when you hadn't even graduated high school yet, right? How did you pretend to be a professor at this university and you don't have your high school diploma? And the answer was, well, all I had to do for this class was stay one chapter ahead of the entire class. All right, one chapter ahead. You don't have to be 10 years into your career. You don't have to be 15 years into network marketing to do what I do. And you don't even have to do what I do in the first place. As long as you're one chapter ahead, you will have people that would be willing to listen to your perspective. And that's all what this is all about, right? Sharing your perspective. Even like, for instance, for me, online marketing and social media marketing, I'm learning this thing as I'm sharing this with you guys. And I'm sharing with you what I'm learning almost in real time. I didn't start this learning process until late winter, early spring of this year, 2022. And it's September now. So I'm not that far ahead or that much into this game that I can be like, well, I'm an expert. I've been doing this thing for years. No, I'm only like 6 months in, and already I'm able to share plenty with you guys because I'm just a chapter ahead, right? I'm just a chapter ahead. So that's really the message I want to share with you. Like, really, don't get hung up on things that you haven't done yet. because you can convince yourself that you can't do them just because you haven't done them. It's not true at all. It's not true at all. You can do things. Just be willing to, again, take the initiative and take the risk and dive in and do the thing that's most uncomfortable for you, especially the things that you've never done before. And then eventually they'll become easy. Eventually they'll become comfortable. So that's it. That's the video for today. That's the episode for today if you're listening on a podcast. Thanks for tuning in. More to come from me tomorrow. Until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.